Thank you. Thank you very much for participation. Uh, I, I will grab the opportunity with this session to share with you exciting news, for us at least, that yesterday in 2 sessions we initiate the, the Greek FHIR work group that will start to implement what we call the FHIR core. So today in this session I will share with you some thoughts that we have how to start and what to do with this work group, and of course the main part of this session will be from 3 experts in this field to share with us 3 different implementation guides, or at least the experience from the 3 implementation guides. Let me start, and as I told you yesterday, we have the HL7 FHIR work group initiate. The mission is to support the adoption, implementation, and advancement of FHIR, the fast healthcare interoperability resources standards in Greece, enhancing healthcare interoperability and improving patient outcomes. So, a quick note for this has to do with the objectives of this, of course, development and maintenance, and here comes the implementation guide. Harmonizations, this is very important for us, this objective, because we need to harmonize with other tries from other work groups in affiliate groups of HL7, and also HL7 Europe, of course. One other objective is the stakeholder engagement. We need, of course, to engage as much healthcare providers, technology vendors, policymakers, and others. Of course, part of our work will be education and training, and of course, advocacy and policy support with mainly with the public sector, the organization that provide the policy in Greece. So the key activities are more or less the same here. Also, we plan to not only to implement the outcome, the implementation guide, but also to have a pilot project, workshop, and seminars, and collaboration, of course, with other affiliates. So now, how we imagine the life cycle of implementation guide, of this work for implementation guide. Of course, we imagine the initiation to identify the use cases and clinical technical problems. Yesterday we had an extensive discussion about this. We have to decide, of course, for all of this. We have to translate the decision into FHIR profiles and implementation guides, and access the readiness, specification, release, of course, feedback, and iteration. And here we have an agile approach that in every release we will get a feedback, and we also publish additional versions of this. Now, this is common, but if you can share with us any experience, it will be very valuable for this. For example, work group meetings, we plan, for example, weekly or monthly. How will be the meeting format, the meeting structure, etc. It's in our consideration. Of course, how can we gather input and feedback from implementers during, for example, asynchronous feedback, like Jira, GitHub issue, etc. The documentation, we plan also to work with HL7 Confluence, etc. The voting process, it's very important how we collaborate in order to decide for a lot of things, and of course the governance structure. Now, regarding the setup and tools, moreover, we see how other core groups do this, and we conclude, for example, for authoring tools to SUSI FSH, GitHub for version control, HL7 IG publisher in order to validate and publish all the implementation guide, and communication issue log, communication channels like email. We may set up a Discord team, etc. We already discussed about the continuous feedback and versioning. The versioning strategy, we also study how other workgroups have been done this work, and we count on them. The branching model we decide, and some other important things. Now, we don't have experience a lot here in Greece, so we seek for experience as today. So we count as best practice in order to building a solid foundation, to start with a base set of profiles, of course, to harmonize, not to invent the wheel. For example, to get an existing standard like IPS, etc. We have to set up a clear naming convention or a naming policy, as we say. Of course, we have a strong foundation in the software development, so we will follow the CI build approach that already follows other. And important thing here as best practice, we count the testing and validation. Stakeholder engagement, we also discuss about this. Now, some challenges we see that may also have is to balance the national and international requirements. We already have a lot of works here in Greece that start to implement, have a lot of FHIR implementation, so we will need to get a lot of input from them, and also to compare with some international requirement. Of course, to managing the feedback and changes, to establish a clear backlog, threads, and priority the feedback. Terminology management is very important, especially here in Greece. Now, next step, of course, is to join the HL7 FHIR work group, the mailing list. We will seek other people to join us. We will define short-term goal in order to proceed with safety somehow, and of course to determine the long-term vision. This is the checklist summary with all the things that we will need to do. We have 3 exceptional guests today. Giorgio, Heinek, I think I spelled correct your name, and of course Nenad. So you will share with us your experience and how you implement all this stuff, implementation guide years now. Okay, so with this, I will invite Giorgio, yes, to, I think Giorgio will have to discuss about the XR hub today. Okay, thank you.